Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Francois hailed as king of radio at funeral. Hundreds of mourners and people from the media fraternity gathered on Wednesday afternoon at the St. Peter's and Paul Catholic Church for the funeral of veteran broadcaster Francois. Francois died on August 29 at the University Hospital of the West Indies after ailing for some time. He was 60 years old. The service began with a musical tribute from Dwayne Stevenson, followed by a tribute to former Fame FM colleague and friend Russell Mudd Brown, president of the Rotary Club of Kingston, Kristen Johnson, and general manager of television, Jamaica and radio services at the RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Dr. Claire Grant. Grant hailed Francois as the king of radio and credited him for re-engineering Fame FM and impacting radio's adaptability over the years. In fact, she shared she is sure that Francois organized the heavenly party scene right now. She said Francois changed lives, transformed passions, and built careers. Grant described him as a consummate professional who, she said, had a quite mystical personality and who epitomized the magic and mystery that is radio. She shared that off-air, Francois was a shy man who demonstrated no need for pomp or pageantry. So much of our memory of him at the RJR Gleaner Group is wrapped up in how he made us feel, she said. Former Fame colleague and broadcaster Simone Clark Cooper presented the remembrance in which she described Francois as a transformational figure, an agent of change, a rock for all who came in contact with him. He was able to move you from shaky ground to solid confidence, even in the face of naysayers, never expecting anything in return but your success, she said. We knew that even when he didn't have the answers, we had his ears and his doors were always open, literally and figuratively. Sharing stories from her experience working with him and the lasting friendship that they developed from that, Clark Cooper said Francois lived an inspirational life and has left a legacy that lives on in people and media. He was loved, he was liked, he was the man of the people and for the people, she said. Francois Cowher began at Fame 95 FM as an announcer and presenter and lasted for 38 years. He is survived by his siblings Brian and Maya. Major multi-vehicle crash on Washington Boulevard. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is reporting that there is a major multi-vehicle collision on Washington Boulevard in the vicinity of Hendon Drive in St. Andrew. There are no reports of injuries at this time. The JCF said that motorists should expect long delays in the area and are advised to use alternative routes where possible. Man shot to dead, another injured in Westmoreland. A man is dead and another is nursing gunshot wounds after they were shot in separate incidents in Westmoreland. The identity of the deceased man is not yet known, however, it is reported that he was shot in Petersfield, Westmoreland at a tire shop. A police source confirmed the incident. Meanwhile, reporters understand that the injured man has been admitted to hospital in critical condition after he was shot by unknown assailants Wednesday afternoon in front of Grange Hill Market in the parish. Police positive about breakthrough in Spring Village fatal attack. Commander of the St. Catherine South Police Senior Superintendent Christopher Phillips says it will only be a matter of time before investigators make a significant breakthrough into Sunday's fatal attack on spectators at a football match in Spring Village, St. Catherine. Phillips said the police are receiving positive cooperation in the investigation, noting that some of the force's brightest minds are leading the probe. He says a manhunt remains ongoing for the attackers. We believe that one of the culprits was indeed hit. We are not able to find that person as yet or have any lead as to where that person might be. But as I said before, the investigation is going on strongly, Phillips disclosed. Phillips, along with the National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang, Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson, and a team from Jamaica Brothers, led by its chairman Robert Levy, visited the community. The football match was being held at the Jamaica Brothers playfield in Spring Village. During the visit, an alleged eyewitness recounted the moment. She said she saw one of the gunmen being challenged by a policeman who returned fire, hitting him. Phillips acknowledged that the alleged eyewitness account is consistent with what the investigation has unveiled so far. 9 persons were shot, 3 fatally, when gunmen in their quest to kill one man who was said to be implicated in a missing firearm scheme opened fire on a group of spectators watching the football match. Bobley St. Jago teacher dies after contracting gastro, among 3 educators to die in as many days. The St. Jago High School community is mourning the sudden death of Deidre Campbell, a 40-year-old history and sociology teacher known for her bubbly personality, dedication to her students, her unflattering kindness, and big-hearted acts of charity. The mother of two sons, aged 14 and 4, was described as being bright and bubbly, one who would always skin her teeth without even the slightest encouragement. She died suddenly on Sunday, casting a dark pall over the St. Jago High School community. Even though she was sick, it was hard to assess because she was always so bubbly. She had visited the doctor on Wednesday and Sunday. She said the doctor said that she had gastroenteritis. She died sometime between Saturday night and Sunday morning. She fell off the bed and her son found her in the morning. Shireen Anderson, her best friend and fellow teacher at St. Jago High, told reporters. Deidre and Rashida Campbell grew up in Sherwood Forest in Portland before migrating to live in Kingston metropolitan area. Campbell, when asked why she left her beautiful home parish, would always joke, "Portland have no nightlife." She was an awesome person, a brave person. She's always energized. She loves to laugh, and she was a passionate person. She was a mastermind at getting what she wanted. If she decided she wants something, she'll go work hard to get it, Anderson said. Anderson said even though there was never a dull moment with her late friend, Campbell was a competent, highly motivated educator who loved children. She was a go-getter in terms of the job. She would go out of her way to make sure the children got what they needed in terms of exams. She went all over for her students beyond the gates of St. Jago. She even supported their businesses. Another thing is that she loved her biological children beyond life, the same unconditional love God has for us. She had that for her children. They got the best of everything, Anderson said. She sacrificed her summers. You know how teachers' salary go, but she would make sure they got the best of everything. She spent time with her sons. She was a co-parenting mother. She had a good relationship with the fathers of her sons, she added. Campbell was also indispensable in offering support at school functions, organizing fundraising for staff retreats, and events such as graduations. She was particularly helpful to the vice principal, Corinne James Barnett, who was simply devastated by the educator's sudden death. Anderson said that the late educator was a bona fide live wire, explaining that she was drama when it comes to sports day. She was the leader of Natal. She knew every athlete. She knew them ability, and if you are not in Natal, you and her are no friend. She not talked to nobody else. Almost single-handedly, she organized Natal House to make sure they were the best. She was drama when it came to sports day, Anderson said. Campbell is survived by a brother, a sister, and her two sons. She was among 3 teachers who passed suddenly in as many days. Also on Sunday, Petersfield High School in Westmoreland was plunged into mourning following the sudden death of its modern languages teacher, Charmaine James. On Friday, Desiree Steer, 48, a 3rd-grade teacher at Brayton Primary, died suddenly after reporting to her family that she wasn't feeling well. St. Catherine husband accused of killing wife remanded. The St. Catherine husband accused of killing his wife during an alleged domestic dispute has been remanded until November 5th. The return date was set when 33-year-old truck operator Peter Walters appeared before the St. Catherine Parish Court. Allegations are that around 2 a.m. on August 26, the husband and wife were involved in an argument at their home in the community of Berkshire Hall. It is further alleged that during the dispute, the accused used a knife to stab his wife, later identified as 34-year-old laborer Nikisha DaCosta Walters, several times. Following the incident, the accused reportedly drove himself to the Linstead police station, where he was arrested on suspicion of murder. An investigation was conducted, and he was subsequently charged. Raymond Price to challenge Bromberg for PNP chairman's post. Former Deputy General Secretary of the People's National Party, PNP, Raymond Price, is positioning himself to challenge Dr. Angela Bromberg for the position of PNP chairman, reporters has learned. Price is also a former Member of Parliament for the once PNP seat in St. Elizabeth Northeastern, has reportedly been sounding off with key members of the party about his intentions. In particular, Price has reportedly sought the opinion of members of the party's influential National Executive Council and other comrades about challenging for the party chairmanship. It is not known what has prompted Price to want to challenge Bromberg at this time, as the party, which has been beset by internal rivals for years, went out of its way to portray a united image as its concluded 84th annual conference. Brunberg, who chaired the proceeding at the public session of the conference on Sunday, has been in the post for less than a year. She created history last October when she turned back the challenge of then acting chairman Horace Daly to become the first woman to hold the post in the PNP. She polled 146 votes to Daly 120. More calls for Nepal to give updates on steps taken to address recovery pollution. Opposition spokesperson on land, environment and climate change, Senator Sophia Fraser-Binns, is calling for the National Environment and Planning Agency Nepal to give an immediate update on the progress made in addressing the recovery fish killed, which occurred over a month ago. In a statement to the media on Wednesday, Fraser-Binns says Nepal has a duty to update the nation on the progress made, including its plans to call on the US $771,558,000 Environmental Performance Bond. The opposition spokesperson said Nepal must say who will benefit from the funds and whether they will include any government departments or agencies. She also wants to know what actions Nepal has taken since serving notice on Windalco. In addition, Fraser-Binns is demanding details about Nepal's meeting with Windalco on August 8. Providing this kind of transparency will give comfort and hope to the residents whose health, lives and livelihood have been so negatively impacted by this fish kill, said Senator Fraser-Binns. 3 weeks ago, the Jamaica Environment Trust Jet also expressed concern about the lack of updates from Nepal following the toxic discharge from Windalco's effluent holding pan. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.